All right. Hey, everybody, it's Curtis from Black Heroes, and today I am joined by a very special guest. Now I'll let her introduce herself.
Hey guys, I'm Mikan from Anime Sekai Podcast. I'm the
Just
one
like your
half.
intro.
I'm missing my other
Oh,
half though.
oh, yes,
Ichigo.
Miss Ichiko is not here, but there's a reason why she's not here though, because of
Oh
the
yes.
topic that we were talking about today.
Mhm.
Now, Mikan, there's no surprise that you and me are both huge fans of Attack on Titan.
Yep.
Like, I consider it a masterpiece. It's one of three shows I consider masterpieces.
Yeah, I would say the same actually.
If only your co-host would,
hmm
join the bandwagon.
We need to shame her a bit here because
Yes.
she needs to watch this. She
Like
needs to
Ichigo,
watch
if you're
this.
gonna watch this, like it feels like Ichigo like sees this beautiful buffet, and then she turns around like, oh, I'll just have a water.
Exactly.
Like I don't understand.
Ichigo, you better watch this.
Yes, like we're shaming you right now. Like
Mhm. Guilt tripping you. You have to watch it.
one day she will. One day she's gonna watch it. She's gonna realize that we were right all along.
Yes. Or she's gonna hate us. She's gonna curse us for making her watch it.
And
Either
why'd you
or.
make me do this?
Yeah. I'll take it. I'll still take it. At
Same. I'm
least
like,
she
hey,
watched
you
it.
watched it. You did it.
Exactly.
Mission completed. But the reason why like we're making this video is because you brought up a good topic to me, and now that the show has wrapped up and everything, and you told me like, what if Eren was right, or like, is Eren right for what he did at the end?
Mm-hmm.
But before we do
Ooh.
answer that question, I kind of want to like go down to the beginning, at the start of the series, where Eren was to where he is now. I'm kind of curious on your thoughts on him and his journey. What was your thoughts on Eren at the beginning of Attack on Titan?
Oh, from the moment he like opened his mouth, I hated him. I absolutely hated Eren.
What?
I hated him. He was awful.
No, okay,
He
wait.
was-
No.
I know that's not what you expected.
I thought you. Okay, you teased that you didn't like him at the beginning, but I didn't know it was full fledged like hate.
No, it was hatred. I thought he was so whiny. He was so annoying. Just like, oh, I can't do it, but I want to fight. Like, oh my god, shut up, bro. Like, jeez. I know, like, you lost your family, but please. So did like 90% of the people. Okay, but yeah, I did
Wow.
not like him. I did not like him at
So
all.
so this man loses his family, and like it's like, oh, boo hoo.
no, no, but like in general, he just, I understood him. You know, obviously, like he hated these Titans, but I just could not handle him as a character because I feel like most everyone else was, I don't know how to explain it, but they were dealing with how they were living in like a more like a grown-up manner, but he was just a kid of like, oh my god, I'm gonna kill it, all the Titans, da 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 da. Like he was just a delulu child, and it just annoyed me a lot.
Okay, I might be the minority because I do think people wasn't a fan of Eren at the beginning,
hmm
but for me, like I was with him. I was rocking with him.
Oh, really?
Yes, because like I don't know, I wasn't annoyed by him. I understood where he was coming from. Like, yeah, everyone lost his family, but like their families, but we didn't see it. We saw his mom get destroyed right in front of him.
Yeah, yeah.
So he had every right to be angry, every right to like lash out, and he already had that in him before that happened. Like he was always thinking like, oh, I want to see the outside world. It sucks
Yeah.
that we're trapped in this cage almost. So he already had like that desire for bigger things, and that's what I really respect about him. Like he wanted to explore.
He wanted
He
more.
never got
Yeah.
that chance. He wanted freedom,
I feel like
and
that's
I
what
can't lie to you.
differentiated him.
I can't lie to you. I know everyone gives Irvin his props for speeches, but Aaron, like his speeches were pretty cool too. I was on board with his speeches.
Wait, what speech though?
Like they was at the mess hall and like he just like lashed out at John,
Oh, yeah.
and he was like, "Hey, like I want to kill all the Titans. Like
Humanity's future lies outside the walls, and I'm gonna clear the way! I'm gonna take back what was ours! I'll drive them out! And as long as at least one of us can say that, we're not done!
And if
Yeah.
one of us can say that, then we're not done. I was like, yeah, yeah, man.
I see. Yeah, I
Or
will say, like in
Mhm.
the beginning, he was more like a pick me, if that makes sense. But I do feel like later on he became more like a team player in a sense of like, oh, even if I die, like other people will have to continue in a sense. They will have to keep
Uh,
fighting. Like I'm just like a piece of the puzzle, which
yeah,
I
'cause I
did
think his
respect.
second speech is when the Titans first broke into was it Wall Rose? What's the second wall's
Oh,
name?
the second. Oh my god, you're gonna my badass memory. It's gonna come to me. Okay, you have. I think it was okay. Maria was like the first.
So I think it is Wall Rose because Cena was the third one. So I want to say it's Wall Rose.
Okay, I'm gonna just
So
follow
when
you
that
here because my memory is not gonna.
like when that wall went down, the Titans flooded in. The cadets are all panicking, and like John, he's all pissed. Like Aaron stops him, was
Yeah.
like, "Hey, like, what was all this training for? Like, we prepped for this. We got this." And you can see everyone kind of like listening and like, okay, maybe we can do this.
Yeah. Oh,
And
wait.
he was
Okay.
like,
I think it was Maria, Rose, and then Sheena. Like so, I
mm-hmm,
think Maria was the outermost wall. That's the only one I
yeah,
remember. And then Rose was the middle, something like that.
yeah. But like, just him like just motivating unintentionally because he didn't mean to do it, but like he just had such like fire, and I'm like, yo, I will rock with you. I will follow you, even though we're probably
Yes.
cooked. I'll follow you.
Yeah. I mean, he was full gung ho. Like I don't care if I die. I'm taking as many as I can with me. Kind of mentality.
hmm And just to see his progression throughout the whole entire series, but like he
Hmm.
went through a lot
He
season to
did.
season.
He did. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like the when he started honestly, I feel for me like I started to understand him a lot better when he more so learned the truth. That was sort of my favorite Eren of like learning the truth and then deciding how to go about like go forward. Because young
Yeah,
Eren
that
was just annoying. And then sort of like training Eren was a little bit better and then really fighting Eren was like okay, getting better. He was a team player and I mean he protected, especially when he sacrificed himself, for his boy Armin. He was definitely a team player, I will say.
all right. When that first happened, be honest, do you think Aaron was dead? Because when I watched it, I thought like they pulled a bait and switch and he died,
I
and like Mikasa was going to
Yeah,
be the new protagonist.
I am not gonna lie. Yeah, because I saw like little clips of the Titans and whatnot when I first saw it, and I really thought, okay, Eren is gonna be. It might just be like a Game of Thrones type of thing where they, axe the main guy, like one of the most important characters, and then it goes on about everybody else. Like the story revolves around the other people. So I did
hmm
for a moment there. I was like, wait a minute. Oh, is he not the main character? I kind of hoped he wasn't, because I was like, oh, that would have been a really interesting take.
Like Aaron to me is a shonen protagonist without the plot armor.
Yeah, yeah,
Like he has his fire and like we're gonna win, we're gonna like conquer the day, we're gonna kill them all, and
yeah,
just gets bodied.
yeah.
Like his first fight just gets bodied immediately.
Literally. Honestly, would that not be an interesting take though? That would have been an interesting story. I'm not gonna lie.
That's how I feel about it. Like I mean, like I'm rocking with you and you just die just like that.
Yeah, it's like, oh, sucks to suck. Too bad.
I mean, I feel like Game of Thrones should have trained me on that. But even still, like if that would have happened, I would just feel so gutted.
Yeah, and I feel like typical. Well, this was more like a seinen, I guess, because it was a little bit too grown for shonen at the time. Now I feel like shonen's starting to change a bit, but I do feel like that would have been crazy. If they really took him out, like that would have been a really crazy choice.
Like I think my favorite Aaron moment prior to the final season, um, it was in season 2, and it's when he got captured by Reiner and Bertold, and like Reiner is going through his his
Meltdown.
phase
Yeah.
breakdown, And like you can just feel Eren's anger,
Hmm.
like felt it.
Like, who do you think you
And I
are?
felt
Like,
it
figure
too.
shit out.
Like it was because I listened to it in both sub and dubbed.
Okay.
And I think in that moment I liked the dubbed more.
Oh, really?
Cause yeah, cause like I know people don't like his dub because it's super edgy, but I love the edge. I love the edge.
Love the
I love
edge.
I love emo Aaron.
Emo Eren.
But like when he was shouting like we're living in a hell you two created, I'm like I felt that.
Psychotic mass murderers who snuffed out the lives of countless people that never did you any wrong. Don't you think I'm aware of that fact? I don't need you shoving it down my goddamn throat. Then stop acting like you've got any right to feel sorry for yourself. We're living in a hell you two created. Are you proud of?
All right, little side note, like yes, I watch my anime in dub sometimes. Like
Oh,
I like that.
I'm not gonna lie, it broke my heart a little bit there. He just ripped a little piece just now.
Okay. There's certain shows I have to watch in sub. Like I can't watch Demon Slayer in dub. It has to be the sub.
Oh, okay. Honestly, I don't
Like,
watch dub, so I have no idea like what they all sound like.
man, you're missing out. Some of them are genuinely good. Just get a bad name.
I just can't. I just can't. It just for me, like maybe the only one would be Dragon Ball, but that's probably about it.
Oh, I can't do the sub in Dragon Ball. I can't do Goku's voice in sub. I tried. Can't do it.
I feel like I've only ever heard it in dub, which is kind of wild. I've never heard like the Japanese version, or maybe I have, but I just
But
don't remember it.
but I'm trying to think with Eren because I think in season 3, the second he kissed Historia's hand, he
Mhm.
pretty much just watched the whole entire final season.
Yeah.
He saw it all.
Yeah. He
So
had
that's what he
the
knew.
firsthand. Yeah, he saw. Yeah, he basically saw it all.
Like, and I remember it was very subtle, but the necklace that Historia was like giving out, it
Mhm.
really did look like Eren's founding titan. They
Yeah,
kind
it
of teased that
did.
already.
It did. I feel like that definitely was like a little bit of a teaser there because it was just gonna happen. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Now, this is the question. This is where the main point of the video. In your opinion, was Eren right,
Ooh.
and why?
Oh, okay, so there's a lot here. All right.
Hmm.
I feel like when it comes to like Eren's situation, I don't think, especially in war, I feel like there's almost never right or wrong. It's very hard. You're basically killing people, either way. But now, do I think I feel like I wouldn't say right. So a lot of people are like, what Eren did, was it right? For me, it's not really like about right or wrong. It's about like what could I do? Like what is the choice that is best for the people I love? Kind of thing. That's how I
Okay.
would look at it. What is the best choice for the people I love? And I'm not gonna lie, if I was Eren and if I put myself in Eren's shoes, I would have done the same exact thing, except I would have gone the
I
full
mean, I know I'm
100.
gonna get got, but I'm gonna get mine more than I get got, though.
I would have killed everybody.
Oh my God.
I would have killed everybody because either way,
Jeez.
the thing is, either way, like if let's say they went Zeke's route, they're gonna die out, and war, that's not gonna stop a war. People are not gonna stop killing them because, oh, you guys don't have the Titan powers. Oh no, that just makes you easier to kill. Like the thing is, like I'm like, how would that have saved anybody? Because they would have just literally killed everyone at the internment camps, and then they would have just bombed Paradise Island. Like they would have just killed everybody because people literally start wars just because they hate somebody, you know? And honestly, though, what it comes down to, the reason why I would have gone the full 100 is because the one thing I know about human nature, like even in the end of the show, they kind of show it. But the one thing I know about human nature is if there's humans, they will always be fighting. There will always be war. There will always be, death. And there'll be good people and there'll be bad people. And I have no doubt in my mind that given a few generations, even if I kill everyone, given a few generations, people will be right back at it. Like if I was Eren, I would know that. Like deep in my soul, like I would know, like after I die, years after I die, people are going to start fighting. Maybe not even a few generations, maybe the next generation already. But the thing is, the only thing I could give to the people that I love, the only thing that I can control is if I take everyone out, the people that I love, the people that I leave behind, they won't have to keep fighting. They won't have to keep fighting an enemy out there. granted, maybe in the walls they would. I mean, you could already see even within the walls, people are starting to like form different factions, break apart, yada yada. That's just human nature, unfortunately. But at least if I take everyone out, the people I love can leave. They can literally go anywhere on planet Earth, anywhere, and they won't have to worry about any enemies. They won't have to worry about anybody, and they can live a peaceful life, at least for maybe their lifetime. I can't guarantee their kids, because I'm pretty sure by then there's going to be wars already, but at least for their lifetime, they will have peace. They'll have freedom, like literal freedom. And that's the only reason why. It's just a selfish reason, not necessarily right or wrong. It's more like I would do it because that is the only way the people I love will get the freedom that I've always wanted, basically. And it's selfish, but it's not morally or ethically right. But I feel like in that situation, no matter what Eren does, it will never be morally or ethically right.
Yeah, I feel like you got a little bit of Eren in you just now. Like I was,
Uh-huh.
I was with you.
But yeah,
Like,
it would just be for my selfish reasons of like, that's the only thing I could possibly think of in his shoes that I could do for everyone I leave behind. Am I going to hell? Absolutely. But I'm pretty sure before even the rumbling started, I would be like, oh, I'm already going to hell. So might as well just take everything,
oh man,
burn
like,
everything to the
okay.
ground.
See, for me to answer this question, I gotta break it down.
Mm-hmm.
Like, 'cause, again, the second Eren kisses Historia's hand, he saw everything. Just
Yeah.
about. So I feel like Eren never wanted to do the rumbling in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like during that time skip, like he wanted another solution.
Mm-hmm.
And he was hoping that there would be another solution. But as time
Yeah.
went on, he realized like, oh, this might be the only option I have. So I have a
Yeah.
choice to make.
Yeah.
Because there were so many times they was saying, oh, we can have peace talks, and they never went through. And I think people forget this. The second Eren decided to do the rumbling is when they snuck into Marley, and the Eldians there basically just threw them under the bus.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're like, we're the good Eldians. We can kill those devils on Paradise.
Yeah.
And that's when he knew, all right, I got to do it. It's inevitable. And then when it happened, I think another thing people forget too is then when they was in what's called Liberia, that was the city in Marley.
Mm-hmm.
Eren didn't strike until they declared war. I still remember that speech. The second he said this is a declaration of war, that's when Eren attacked.
A declaration of war!
Because he's like, hey, y'all want my people dead. You want to destroy me and my people just for existing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to destroy you guys first to protect the people I care about and I love. Because I still remember he showed different routes. Because like he showed Mikasa what would have happened if she would have confessed her love for him in that moment.
Yeah.
He would have ran away with her, lived out his last 4 years. But he said like, if he did that, they would have came and wiped everybody out. And then when Zeke's plan, like you said, like it just makes it easier for them to die. So yeah, they'll slowly die out. Marley's probably still going to attack.
Yep.
Everyone dies regardless. So like what Eren did was evil, yes, because he did kill a lot of innocent people.
Yeah, it's still genocide, and that's never right.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
It jumped up a notch.
It did, didn't it?
But
But
I do
he
agree
did
on
it-
the notion, yeah.
What other option did he really have to do?
Yeah. No, I absolutely
Genocide was
agree.
going to happen regardless.
Yes. It was basically like it's either us or them, which sucks in any situation. But as a person who has people I care about, like I'll be like, I'm sorry, it's gonna be y'all.
Mhm.
If I had the choice,
Now-
So mhm.
I thought about like, what if I just took out Marley? That was gonna be my answer.
Oh, I
But
see. But other
I sat and
people,
thought about it. Yeah.
yeah,
and,
there were
like,
still other people. Everybody was out to get them. They were all out to
And
get
they
each
are-
other. That's the thing.
exactly. but
And that's
they
just
showed
humans. Like,
that they had weapons that can kill Titans.
yeah.
So let's say 10 years later, they could just drop a nuke
Yeah,
on the island.
exactly. Give enough time,
So
they have the power to, make those kinds of technological advancements, and it would be a totally different story.
and that's why I feel like Armin's plan wouldn't have worked to like do peace talks over time because
Mhm.
again, if they get too advanced, the Titans' powers wouldn't have mattered, and it would get
Yeah.
wiped out still.
Yeah, because I think when people think about it in a moral perspective or like in a war perspective, they think about it, oh, they have this power. But the thing was, the downright reason was like hatred. People hated their ancestors overall. They just did not like them. You know what I mean? It was just like deep-seated hatred from the get-go, and that's continuously passed on and on and on and on. And that really, like, there's nothing to really prevent that. You know what I mean? In the sense of
Yeah,
they just hate you. They've just always hated you. And that goes for just a lot of, in history, human nature. Like, it really just boils down to people don't like each other. They will do whatever
I
it
mean,
takes
no,
to get rid
granted,
of
their
them.
hate wasn't for no reason. The Eldians back in the
Yes,
day were
exactly.
kind of
They were
assholes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It basically, like, the tides have turned in a sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It was them
It's-
before, and now it's the others now, and it was just like back and forth, back and forth.
so I do think I would do the same thing as Eren.
Mhm.
Honestly, to a T, I wouldn't go as far as you and just say
Oh, I would-
screw the other 20% of people.
See, I would go with a full
Like-
100 because in the end, they were still like handling peace talks and they were still, figuring shit out. And I do feel like maybe for a while they had peace, but even in the end, you could see, and I did really like that ending that they showed of like a little time lapse of like cities building and it crumbling and it like, because that's just as sad as it is, that is like reality. And that was a good depiction of, real life. And I do think if there's one thing I know, if I was Eren, I was like, there's one thing I know. That's just human nature. So what can I do right now for the people that I love that I'll leave behind? Is just take everyone out. Take all of the enemies out.
And I know people didn't really rock with the ending like that. 'Cause I know some people were asking, so what was the point of what Eren did if it still turned to war? But when you
Yeah.
really look at that time lapse, that was thousands of years because they
Yes.
got to a futuristic society.
Yeah.
So because
No, it
what
was-
Eren did, like the island lived in peace for a while before
Yeah.
it got destroyed.
Yeah. But I don't doubt there were even like I'm pretty sure a few years down, like regardless of peace, there were probably other nations they had to fight with, whatnot. And now that they don't have Titan power, it's like difficult. You have to, and the thing is, it's just bound to happen. As messed up as it is, whether it be for resources or just simple religion or hatred or whatever it is, history. It, it sucks, but sadly, that is just human nature. Like, I
It
don't know
is.
what else to say it.
Like we crave conflict.
Mm-hmm. And I can't control that. I
But
can't
there's
control
another-
the new population that's born. But I can kill everybody now. At least. That's
But
the
there's
only
another
thing I
part
can
that people
do.
didn't like about Eren that I personally liked, and is when
Okay.
he's talking to like Armin, and I guess
Mhm.
it's not a dream, a vision, I think.
Oh yeah, the little spiritual
And-
moment they had. Yeah.
Yeah, and like he has that breakdown when Armin teases him about Mikasa like finding someone else, and him just
Yeah.
resorting back to like the Eren from like season 1 probably.
Yeah.
And I like that because it showed that Eren was always the same person. So that Chad you fell in love with, nah, he's still that dude that you hated
Yeah.
in season 1.
Yeah. No, I do agree. He was just a little more depressed in the end.
I mean, like,
He just when he found out the truth, he got a little bit, expresso. He was like a little depresso, which I understand. I get it. He was like, oh, no matter, even if I've gotten this far, like particularly the water scene, that's when, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, that's when that was the Eren I really liked the most, when they got to the water and everyone's like kind of like, oh, look at this, the ocean, da 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 da, and Eren's looking out and he's like basically accepted the fact that it doesn't matter how far I go. Like, there will still be people who hate me, people who hate the people I love, people who want to kill me. And it's just, I was like, yeah, I feel you, bro. And I feel that was
the most
the moment.
depressing beach episode
Yes.
I've ever seen.
Yes, and I really liked it because it really showed him and the comparison between him where he's at and everybody else who's like excited and enjoying the beach, and I really loved that. I did like that scene.
And next question I want to ask you is like, do you think there could have been any alternative that just no one's thought about? Like, or was the rumbling the only way? Like,
Um,
was there ever a true plan B?
the only plan, like if it was even possible, I don't think it is though, but like erasing everybody's memory, like all the other people outside of Verity Island, but I don't think that's possible. And then
Oh,
disappearing basically. The island
if
just like
only.
kind of like, yeah, if only, but that's not really realistic. Even in the scope of the anime, it was not realistic. I don't think that was possible. But honestly, I don't think so, because as long as people knew about them, as long as the history that they had existed, like it was bound to come down to like a final fight in the end. It really
Mhm.
was. And
Oh,
I just don't see any other way. It was them or like the rest of the world, kind of.
like, I kind of have a plan, and I just thought about it now.
Oh.
And okay, it you watch Naruto, right? At
Yeah.
least okay. You remember Pain and his plan?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they could just do that, and it'd be like a long term plan. Because in Pain's plan, he wanted to like use the Tail Beast, nuke one of the villages, peace
Mm-hmm.
for a good amount of years, and then when people start to act up, give the Tail
Nuke
Beast
them again.
power to another nation, and then have them like use it, and then peace
Yeah.
will be restored again.
Yeah.
Minus that part by giving the power to someone else. What if you do a partial rumbling, and then other nations are, scared, but then when they start to rise up again, do another rumbling. So maybe not kill 80% of the
I
population, maybe
mean,
like, 50.
is there really that much of a difference?
More people will
It's just
be alive. Okay,
50. The thing is, 50 would allow a little bit more fight versus 80.
okay, fine. 25% rumbling.
The thing though is, do you not think, like for me, because when I think of that, I immediately think like if I'm on the other side, let's say I'm on the outside,
Hmm.
I'm not part of the Eldians.
Hmm.
I'm getting ready to like fight these mofos. Like I'm like, okay, they're gonna take us down eventually. That's too much power. We have to somehow kill them all first.
Hmm.
And I feel like that tension would still be there. It would still exist. It probably would make it worse, if anything, because now everyone's like
Oh,
on the down low building. Like the advancements would be probably so much quicker because everyone's almost on like a timeline of like, oh, we got to really start building these,
uh,
you know,
nah, because it's all part of the
machines and
plan. See,
guns.
as soon as they get too much into their tech, boom, rumbling, set them back 30 years. As
I don't know if
soon as
it'll
they get too
work like
big.
that. Because the people who have the knowledge are still alive. You know what I mean? There's still some people that the knowledge will be passed down to. So you would kind of have to kill everybody in a sense.
Or just like the important people.
That's a lot, though.
Like,
You would have to keep continuously, yeah, you're basically at war constantly.
I mean, is it a good plan? No, but it's the only other plan I can think of that could have even the smallest chance of success.
But I mean, they're still gonna. Might as well just wipe, get a clean slate, and just start over.
Kill everyone.
Oh, but you're okay with 25 or 50?
Hey, like, if Thanos could snap out half the universe, can snap
Didn't
off
really
half of
work
the
so well
world.
for him either. The thing is, though, like imagine, okay, so maybe you wipe out 50, right? Oh, and
Hmm.
then they act up. You wipe out another 50. You're basically gone already 100, and then you have to keep wiping people out. You'll probably have more. In the end, you'll probably have killed more people than like a clean slate. You know?
Bro, like, I was just telling it, y'all, chill. Like, I don't want to kill you.
But let's be real. People are gonna keep acting up. Like people don't know
Oh,
how to
man.
not. They can't. People just need power. Like there's just people who just need power. Can't. Oh,
Well, I don't know. Maybe I can do like a mental thing with them, and this what. Let me explain. Like in Game of Thrones,
Mhm.
do you know the characters from all the characters from Game of Thrones, or no?
No, not all of them. You'll
All
have to
right, there
describe
was
some of
one
them.
character named Tywin
Oh yes,
who
I know
like
Tywin. Yeah.
yes, so you know what like he did back in the day, where that song comes from was called "The Reign of Castamere."
Oh
You know
yeah,
those songs?
yeah.
So like if I can have them in so much fear to the point where like I can just have a Titan just walk by just as a reminder.
So basically, a
Just maybe.
dictatorship. A
Yep.
dictatorship.
Like, every year I'll just have a Titan just walk by
Oh my god, that's fun.
just to remind you, like, hey, I'm still
I mean,
here.
isn't that still a villain too? Everyone else has to live in fear.
Like,
Is that any good better? Like, honestly.
I mean, at least, okay, yes, I'm a
Because
villain, but hey,
so
you're alive.
yeah. So what you're kind of doing is you're doing what they did to Paradise Island, but to the rest of the world. You're throwing
Yes,
out
I hit them
Titans.
with the Uno
You're
reverse
throwing
card.
out Titans to scare them and keep them in their own place.
Well,
The
it's kind of
irony.
different because, granted, the people in the walls didn't even know that people
Yeah.
existed outside the
Yeah.
walls. There's new Titans, so
Yeah.
those fuckers would know.
Yeah, but they're basically like stuck within the fear of, oh my god, the rumbling could happen at any moment. These Titans can come and stomp on us at any moment.
So you better not act up.
Yeah, just
You
like
better act
the like all the Eldians within the wall were like, oh, the wall could come down any moment.
Yes, man. Like I'm like Kira from Death Note, man. Like I can get you at any moment, man. Like
I don't know.
oh my
if
god,
that's
oh my
any
god,
better.
oh my god.
I'm more of a clean. I love how I'm just. You're like an overtime person. You're like, oh, I'm just gonna take them out a little bit over time. Keep
And you're just
acting
like,
up.
oh no,
Yeah.
murk them all.
Yeah, Merc 'em all, start new. And then after that, I'll be like, you're on your own.
What are you
After
starting new? They're all dead.
Yeah. The people like that, the Eldians on the little island, I'll be like, you're on your own after that one generation. I'm pretty sure everyone's going to start civilization and
See.
stuff, and they're going to fight. So,
But I feel like you're cooked either way. Cause let's say you do it right, but what
Okay,
if
yeah.
like some Eldians are like, you know what? We want to branch off. Like screw you. Boom, Civil War.
that's fine. Because the thing is, at least, because I did think of that too, at least the people, like my friends, can start somewhere new. Like literally they have the rest of the world, like the entire planet, to make a new home. Because I'm pretty sure, I have no doubt, I'm pretty sure, like in the island itself, people are going to start fighting for power. You know what I mean? There's going to be factions, but at least my friends can run away, start new, start their own little village, and nobody will bother them.
Well, I think the reason why Aaron's plan worked out for as long as it did is because he allowed his friends to fight him, and they just so happened to win. So the world kind of
Yeah.
saw them as heroes.
Yeah, or did they?
So
Because the thing is, I feel like we didn't really get like the picture of the rest of the world, which I wish we kind of got, but because I did wonder, like, I wonder how long the peace actually lasted and what sort of came about. Because I'm sure they had to still fight, and I'm sure there was so much strife and like fighting.
Well,
It was
no,
just
not
the thing
be.
is, yeah, most people just weren't left. There wasn't a lot of people left to fight.
Well, they did show like a shot of Mikasa old, so I do think they
Yeah.
live in peace for their lives,
Yeah,
and even afterwards. Because
Yeah.
at the end, they didn't really show war until much later, like when the island was more like modernized.
hmm
So after you like kill everyone, are you just gonna like just put the walls back, or are you just gonna where did the Titans go? Like, what would you do with them?
Oh no, I would basically follow like the same route kind of Eren went. I would just wipe everyone out and then get rid of the Titan power.
You have to
And then I'll
die
be
for
like,
that.
y'all are on your own. The moment I start the rumbling, I'm planning to die. Like I'm not planning to
Oh.
live after killing everybody. No way. I am not. I'm ready to go. Like at that point, I'm like, yeah, I deserve death. I already know.
Dang, that is
And I don't think I could go and see my friends. Like, I don't think so. Because I
Ooh.
understand, like, oh, you can resent me. I know you will. If it was me as a friend and somebody else did that, I would probably be like, what the hell? Even though I would do the same thing.
I don't know. I feel like his friends, they understood.
Yeah, they
And I
understood.
think even John was like, maybe we should have let him do it. But like, so I
Yeah.
feel like they would still rock with Eren. They were a little awkward at first, but I feel like they would,
Yeah.
if Eren lived, they would have rocked with him.
No, I would not be planning to live. That would be the last thing I do. I would die.
God, I thought about it. If I do my plan, can I live with taking out 25% of the world? I have to
Yeah,
do
no,
it over and
that's the
over
thing. You have to
again.
keep living after you killed 20. At least after my clean slate, I'm gone. You know, I'm like, oh, I did my thing. Gotta go. You would have to keep being a dictator. Like,
Bro, I'm
that's a lot of
low-key
work.
Thanos. My plan is just me being Thanos.
Just being Thanos.
Yes, that's just me. What did Thanos say? Like, the hardest decisions require the strongest wills. Like, I have to do it. I was the only one.
Yeah, no, I feel the survival method would not work for me. So my thing is, I'm only thinking of what can I do now, and I'll do whatever it takes because I'm not planning to live through it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And that's why I gotta take everyone out. It's gotta be a clean slate because I cannot keep being, like an evil overlord. I can't do it.
Like, oh man, I just feel so bad for Eren because Eren, like, he heard all of it. He heard everything, the
Yes.
screaming, the
Yeah.
everything. Like, oh man, women, children, everyone gets taken out.
That's why
So
I don't think I could survive that. Imagine even 25% of that, and you have to keep doing it like every now and then. That's gonna be rough. You're literally gonna go crazy, and I feel like most people would. It would just make them absolutely crazy.
like, what if I do it like once a year? And that could
Once
like
a
have me
year.
mentally prepared for it.
Once a year.
It's like a very shitty Christmas.
I don't know. I don't
Like
know if I
I'm
could
a bad
live.
Santa.
Yeah, I don't know if I could live knowing like how much, like, because it's not only like that the fear that I in that moment, but the continuous like hatred and fear that I'm gonna have to feel if I'm still alive. That's too much. I just can't. I cannot do it.
So pretty much we both agree that Eren low key was right.
Yeah, I don't know if I would say right, but I would have probably chosen a similar decision because morally and ethically, I think it was totally wrong. But as a person, like on a personal level, I understand. Like I do think I would have made the same choice
I
for
mean,
survival.
like, I don't know. I genuinely do think Eren was kind of
Like it was
kind
the
of
right thing
right.
to do.
Because it was either that or his people were killed. Like there
Yeah.
was like he had to carry that burden.
Yeah.
He couldn't just do nothing.
Yeah. No, I feel
And
you on that.
also he didn't go to hell because I still remember there was like a little ending when Mikasa showed up in the afterlife and guess who was there? Eren. So they get to
She went to hell
spend
too.
eternity together. Damn it.
She went to hell too. After all the people she killed, she went to hell too.
Oh man, that was a very peaceful looking hell though. Like,
Yeah, no. The thing is,
Oh,
I feel like
no.
even before the rumbling, I would have been like, yeah, I'm going to hell. So might as well just, go big or go home.
Oh, but the reason why I feel like he didn't end up in hell is because, he did a very terrible thing. He did it because he had no other option to do it.
Yeah. And
And that's why Mikasa's not in
yeah.
hell, because she had to do what she had to do.
Yeah. Basically it was all for like survival. And the thing is, I think a lot of people thinking like, oh, was it morally right, ethically right, whatever. But I really do feel like when it comes to survival, when it comes to war, even if you might maybe historically be on the right side, like killing a bunch of people will never be, the right thing to do. You know what I mean? But sometimes you got to do things that unfortunately you don't want to do to make sure that you survive and the people you care about survive. So
Yeah. Now,
yeah.
if Eren was bloodthirsty and was like enjoying what he was doing, then
Yeah.
he probably would be in hell. Probably.
Yeah. I
Like,
do think.
he was like, oh, I got a kill streak like in Call of Duty.
Yeah, no, he would probably honestly if he enjoyed that, he would just stay alive and be like, oh, every few like what you said, every few years, let me just a little bit more. Let me crush. I love this. This is so
Like,
fun.
oh, it's my favorite time of the year.
Yeah.
Happy Rumbling Day.
Happy Rumbling Day.
Just celebrate it every.
Oh my god, that'd be
Oh
so
my God.
messed up. People on the island are
Would.
like, woo, let's get our flags and everything. And they're like celebrating, and the rest of the world's like, oh my god.
Every year. But nah, like I am a proud Jaegerist, so
All right.
I'm well with Eren. I've been rocking,
Well.
like I said, I've been rocking with him since day one.
Day one, yeah.
Yes.
Apparently, I was not rocking with him till maybe the later half. When he got a little more grown, I was like, okay, I see it. I see what you did there. I understand. I get it. I get it.
Oh man, 'cause I think I did a video a while back, like saying how much I understood Eren. So now that it's like I said, it's over. Like, yeah, of course I understand you, bro. Like, I would have been on top of your giant Titan, just like just riding along, watching. No, okay, that's fucked up. No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that.
Oh my god. Are you sure? Are you sure you wouldn't?
Yes, I'm sure. But I would like try to convince like his friends, like, hey, like maybe we should let him do it. Maybe like I'm just saying, Mikan's plan sounds pretty cool. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a slippery slope with him. If you say he's like evil and wrong, it's okay. If you say he's right,
Yeah.
it's okay.
Yeah. I really do feel like there is no
there's
right
no
and
right and
wrong.
wrong.
Yeah, there just isn't. What is it? All's fair in love and war. Say.
Oh
But
man.
but I do think when it comes to survival, it's just you have to do what you have to do, almost as messed up as that is. And
And
usually for humans, it comes down to selfish reasons. It's me or them kind of mentality. And Eren had he basically had the power to choose who will be on top, and so he chose his people.
and I said it earlier, they started it.
That's true.
Everything
That's true.
Eren did was just a reaction to what they did. So they could have left
I
him
mean, but there's a
alone
lot of
on the
history
island.
there. Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of history there, so it was probably started a long time ago. This thread of back and forth and hatred. He was just an innocent kid who got swept up in it, unfortunately.
Yeah, 'cause I think Eren even said like he's not a chosen one. He was just a dumb kid. They just got a power. Oh man, which was
Oh,
that's also fucked up. 'Cause he ate his pops. That's also fucked up. I
I
thought about that. He
know.
didn't even want it. He didn't want this.
The poor trauma this boy went through. And that's why the
But
thing is, I don't hate him, because even though he annoyed me like in the beginning and whatnot, I just as a traumatized teenager, like he was so young.
nah, that part when he spoke to his dad, he pretty much just created the show. Like that's still one of the best moments in anime to me.
Oh, that was really trippy. Like I was like, oh my god, this is so bizarre. Like talking to the past and the future. Like I'm like, oh my god.
Like, I know one of my friends was so confused on how he did it, and to be fair, it's very convoluted how he did it. I mean, it still
Yeah,
makes sense when you think about it, but
yeah,
you have to
but
really think about it for it to make sense.
yeah, because time travel, anything with time travel is always going to be very hard to grasp because it's not a concept we have really mastered, at least in this day and age, and probably not for a long time, if even possible. But yeah, anything with that type of thing is always going to be like a huh kind of moment.
Now, my last question for you before we wrap things up is: do you think Attack on Titan should get a sequel? Because at the end, they did show like there's a potential that all of this could just start again. They could just redo this.
Mm,
Should it though, or should it just let it lie?
oof. I don't think it should get a sequel. I feel like if they want to do something off of it, Attack on Titan, they should do a prequel instead, like more based on what happened before, generations before, or like his more in depth of the history and maybe characters from that time. But I really don't think they should do like a sequel because I feel like it would ruin the story of like I don't know. I feel like it just ended the way it was always meant to end. Like with Eren dead and doing what he did, because I really honestly never saw any once the truth of like what happened came out. That's what I always assumed, like he would kind of in a sense be not necessarily a martyr, but like almost like one. And so I don't really see any other sequel like that would make me happy. I would rather have a prequel, honestly.
See what they should do. They should do a series based on this short little series they did called Before the Fall.
Oh yes, yes, I read
Mhm.
it. I don't think I did it. Did it finish? Was it only like a? I don't think I finished it.
I think
actually.
it did finish. I remember the main character, or at least one of them, like he was born like inside of a Titan
Inside a
because his
Titan,
mom
yeah.
got ate, and she still somehow gave birth, and he
Yeah.
still somehow lived.
Yeah. No, I remember he had like red hair or
That would be
something,
cool.
right?
That would be dope.
Yeah. I would
Or give us a
that
Levi
honestly.
prequel.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't mind that either. I wouldn't, yeah, because I would like to know more of the history of like when the Eldians were maybe more in power and when they were dominating. I wouldn't mind a story like that when they were kind of like the ones killing everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind like a pretty back in the day history like story as well, like the start of it.
Like there's so much lore that they could tap into. So I feel like I don't want it to be over, but I feel like
Yeah.
that story is done. We don't need any
Yes.
more. We don't need a Boruto of Attack on Titan.
Yes.
Like, just let
No,
it fly.
I don't think it'll do it any justice because at that point, like, because they would have to go way in the future, like, and the Titan powers were kind of gone at that point. So I feel like it just would kind of destroy the original story. But I would like you said, Before the Fall or something like that. Like, it would be it would be cool to see.
Well, if they did do a sequel from the ending, like everything's destroyed, so it almost is like a repeat. But if they
Yeah.
were to do it, where do you go? Because what's worse than the rumbling? He killed 80% of the people. Like
Yeah.
you can't. What's next is you're just going to do your plan and just kill everyone.
Exactly. There's just nothing left. It would just be a
Like-
futuristic version, maybe. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like it
Oh,
would just
man,
do a
but-
disservice. Yeah.
But Mikan, thank you so much for joining me. I realize we're both very fucked up people. We're just like different versions.
Good to know, because whenever I talk with Ichigo, I feel like in that sense she's very much more like on the hero side. She's much more like
Ooh.
heroic, like at
Ooh,
least
what
with
would
her
Ichigo
choices
do?
and power.
What do you think she would do?
That's why I need her to watch the show, because I need to know what she would do. I'm so curious. I don't think she would agree with Eren. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think she'd be like, no, let's-
Hell no.
I really don't think so. I think she would have found like
Like-
some other way, or been like, oh, they should just do peace, or like just die out. I don't know. I
She
really
probably
don't
do
know.
Zeke's plan. She probably like, yo, screw us.
Probably, because I really don't see her saying, yeah, he should just killed all of them. Imagine she comes out and's like, yeah, they should. She's with me. She'll be like 100%. Should have just wiped the slate clean. No, I don't see that.
I don't
That's
know.
why
I don't see it. I just don't see it.
I don't see it either. That's why she needs to watch it so we can discuss it. Oh.
Like, she'll be the one that would try to stop you.
She would. She definitely would. She would be the first person there, like, no, you can't go. Don't do this. There's another way. I'll be like, no, I'm killing everybody. Gots to go.
Like, no, those are innocent. Those are innocent people.
Literally. She would be like my Armin or Mikasa. I'd be like, nah, I'm killing everybody. Sorry.
See, like, I feel like if that was the case, you would have to pull an Eren and just like at that table, the table scene, and just talk shit to Ichigo.
Talk shit. Yeah. I'd be like, put her in.
You suck. Like, you
Yeah. Or I'm just gonna put her in a dungeon. Be like, sorry. I'm gonna
They
lock
will
you
lock
up.
her
I
up.
did it. Yeah. I'm gonna have to lock you up. Sorry.
I probably do the same thing. Like, Ichigo, I'm sorry, you can't stop this.
Yeah. Yeah. Basically,
I
we're
just
just
gotta put her in a box and like, just leave
lock her
there.
away.
I'm like, hey, we'll let you out after it's done.
Yeah, after it's too late. Sorry. The plan's got to go
man.
through.
Because like I don't think like I could do what Eren did. Because let's say like it's like the three of us at the table. And I'm just like I couldn't. Nah, I think I would shit talk you guys, but like I wouldn't be super mean. I wouldn't be too mean.
No, if it was like life or death and I've decided already that I'm gonna do the rumbling, I don't think there's anything that would stop me. Like I'm very much like a
Yep.
all or nothing person. So I'd be like, oh, I'm doing it. Whatever it's gonna take.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I'm like all the people I know are gonna hate me anyway. I just gotta go through it.
same. After I saw like all the other options just not fall through, I'm like, it's over, guys. Like I have to do
Yeah,
this.
because
It's also them. It's
yeah, because
yeah.
the thing is, I feel like I would personally regret so much more watching the people I love die and watching them just like get killed than honestly me just wiping everyone out. I'm not gonna lie, like as messed up as that sounds.
I mean, that is very fucked up, but
Yeah,
understandable.
yeah.
Because it reminds me of a game, and this is the last thing I'll say. It reminds me of a game that I played a few years ago. That is one of my favorite games ever. Called The Last of Us. You might have seen the show on HBO,
Yes, I have seen it.
but like the ending when like Joel saves Ellie and like
Yeah,
kills the Fireflies, like
yeah,
he doomed everyone, but like that was his daughter. Like that's someone that
yeah,
he personally cared about. Well, so when you're in like his shoes, like you understand like you will go to hell and back for someone you care about.
yeah. I'll be like, people suck
Like,
anyway. Let me just keep the people I like. Yeah, no,
oh my
it really is a
god.
similar situation because he basically chose one person over the world, and I get it, I do. Now, as the person who maybe isn't on the side, it would suck for me because I'd be like, nah, throw that bitch under the fire. I don't care, but yeah, for the person who that is, it's your important person, then you would basically throw everyone
Oh
else
my
under
god.
the
Well,
bus.
Mikan, thank you again for joining me for this excellent conversation. It's been a
Thank
real
you for having
wonderful
me.
conversation. Like, is there anything else you'd like to say before we call it?
No, thank you for having me, and this was so fun. I'm honestly glad. I did think you might be on my like similar, what is it, perspective of as me. So I'm glad to know it was pretty pretty similar there. Um, but we have to keep shaming Ichigo, my other half.
Yes.
We have to keep shaming her so that she finally watches. And I honestly thank you so much for having me. This was so fun, and I hope to come back once Ichigo finishes watching Attack on Titan, which she will. We should do a little episode together.
Ooh, that'd be nice.
I'm so curious to know what she has to
Oh,
say.
now thank you to anyone who decides to listen at me and Mikan be evil for about an hour
Hmm.
because we are very messed up individuals apparently.
Apparently.
But if you did listen, if you did like finish this whole entire thing because it's almost an hour long, just let us know like what you would have done. Was Eren right? And if you disagree with what he did, what alternative would you have done? But all right, you guys, it has been Curtis from Black Heroes,
And Mikan from Anime Sekai Podcast.
and we're out. Peace.
Bye.
Set me free.